A WWE Hall of Famer has predicted that Roman Reigns could soon make his much-anticipated return and have a blockbuster match at SummerSlam 2024. Rikishi believes the Tribal Chief could take on Solo Sikoa in a dream clash at the biggest party of the summer. The big dog has been away from the spotlight since WrestleMania 40, where he lost his undisputed WWE Universal Championship to Cody Rhodes. Amid his absence, Sikoa has taken over control of the bloodline. The Tribal heir dumped Jimmy Uso out of the stable immediately after the show of shows and added Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa to the heel faction. The recent events could result in a civil war within the faction once Roman Reigns returns. During the latest episode of his Rikishi Fatu Off the Top podcast, the WWE legend predicted that he could see Solo Sikoa standing his ground even after the Tribal Chief returns. Rikishi claimed the deadlock could pave the way for a dream match between Roman Reigns and Sikoa at SummerSlam 2024. I almost see Roman Reigns coming in and Solo Sikoa standing his ground, because that could be something with the outstanding performance of Solo holding it down since Roman is out of the picture. He's been doing a very good job of building his brand and holding that part of the bloodline. I guess they call it Bloodline 2.0, Rikishi said. The veteran wrestler added, "I'm always thinking about what the fans would like to see. If fans want to see it, that definitely makes money. We all know Solo was the kind of the enforcer for Roman, and how good would it be to see that even if it's just for one match? It could be at SummerSlam or at a big event, 2400 hours 25-25:39. Ryback thinks Roman Reigns could return as a babyface. A few days ago on Ryback TV, the former Intercontinental Champion pitched the idea of Roman Reigns turning babyface for the first time in years upon his return. Ryback suggested that a fan-favorite version of Reigns could be the ideal scenario to head into if WWE were planning to have him take on The Rock at WrestleMania 41. WWE, wanted to do The Rock versus Roman, right? They want to do that. That's on their board. So now what they have to do is find a creative way to get there. They're going to make it such a good storyline and develop it. With The Rock probably going to come back at some point, my guess is maybe next year WrestleMania or something, but Roman is probably going to have a babyface return and where we're going to finally get that match," Ryback said. Roman Reigns versus The Rock has been a long-rumored dream match. It will be interesting to see if the marquee clash takes place at next year's showcase of the Immortals. As the sun began to set over Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan, the air buzzed with anticipation and excitement. Fans from around the world had flocked to this iconic venue, all with one shared hope, to witness the return of the one and only Roman Reigns. SummerSlam 2024 was not just another event in the WWE calendar, it had quickly become the most anticipated show of the year, thanks to the rumors swirling about Reigns' comeback. The whispers had begun months prior, with cryptic tweets and mysterious promos hinting at the Tribal Chief's return. WWE legend John Cena had added fuel to the fire in a series of interviews, suggesting that Reigns was preparing for a blockbuster return, not just to reclaim his throne, but to engage in a dream clash that fans had been fantasizing about for years. As the night commenced, the matches unfolded with the usual blend of athleticism, drama, and storytelling. But a palpable sense of anticipation lingered over the crowd, who were all awaiting the same moment. Then, as the final match approached, the lights in the stadium dimmed, and a familiar theme song blared through the speakers. The crowd erupted into deafening cheers as Roman Reigns' unmistakable silhouette appeared on the stage. Reigns stood at the top of the ramp, soaking in the adoration and the energy of the WWE Universe. His presence commanded the attention of everyone in the arena, and the cheers grew louder as he slowly made his way to the ring. It had been over a year since he last appeared in a WWE ring, and his return was nothing short of electrifying. The Tribal Chief was back, and he looked more determined than ever. Microphone in hand, Reigns entered the ring, pausing to let the crowd settle before speaking. "Did you miss me?" he asked, a smirk playing on his lips as the audience roared in response. "I've been watching, and I've seen what's been happening while I've been away. But make no mistake about it, the head of the table is back to reclaim his place." The crowd's reaction was a mixture of elation and anticipation. They knew that Reigns' return wouldn't just be about asserting dominance, it would be about proving himself against the very best. The air was thick with speculation about who his opponent would be. Would it be a rematch with an old rival, or a new challenger rising to the occasion? As if on cue, the arena's lights flickered, and a new, unfamiliar theme song filled the space. The crowd's curiosity turned to astonishment as a figure emerged from the back. It was none other than Kenny Omega, the global wrestling sensation who had recently signed with WWE after a legendary run in AEW and NJPW. The prospect of a dream match was now a reality. Omega, with his charismatic aura and undeniable talent, walked to the ring with a purpose. He had been the face of professional wrestling outside of WWE for years, and his arrival in the company was seismic. Now, he stood face to face with Roman Reigns, the man who had dominated WWE's landscape. The stare-down between Reigns and Omega was a moment for the ages. The two titans of the industry, from different worlds but equally revered, sized each other up as the crowd chanted their names. "This is the match you've been waiting for," Reigns declared, breaking the silence. "The tribal chief versus the cleaner. This is the clash of titans, the dream match everyone has been talking about." Omega, never one to back down, responded with a confident smile. "You're right, Roman. This is the match the world wants to see. And tonight, we'll give them a show they'll never forget." With the challenge accepted, the ring was set for an epic encounter. The referee called for the bell, and the two warriors circled each other, the crowd on the edge of their seats. The match began with a series of technical exchanges, showcasing both men's wrestling prowess. Omega's speed and agility contrasted perfectly with Reigns' power and intensity. The narrative of the match was one of mutual respect and fierce competition. Both Reigns and Omega pulled out all the stops, hitting each other with their signature moves and countering with incredible precision. The atmosphere in Ford Field was electric, as every near-fall and reversal drew gasps and cheers from the crowd. As the match reached its climax, the two men were visibly exhausted but driven by sheer willpower. Reigns, digging deep into his reserves, unleashed a devastating spear that seemed to spell the end for Omega. But in an astonishing display of resilience, Omega kicked out at the last possible moment, leaving the audience in disbelief. Determined not to let this opportunity slip, Omega fought back with a V-trigger knee strike that staggered Reigns. Sensing victory, Omega lifted Reigns for the one-winged angel, but the tribal chief slipped out, countering with a thunderous Superman punch. The momentum swung back and forth, each man refusing to yield. In the end, it was Reigns who found that extra gear, summoning the strength for one final, bone-crushing spear. The impact echoed through the arena, and this time, Omega couldn't kick out. The referee's hand hit the mat for the 3 count, and the crowd erupted as Reigns emerged victorious. Exhausted but triumphant, Reigns stood tall over Omega, the respect between the two combatants evident as they exchanged a nod. The Dream Clash had delivered beyond anyone's expectations, solidifying both men's legacies in the process. As Reigns celebrated his return, the WWE Universe knew they had witnessed something special. SummerSlam 2024 would be remembered not just for the return of the Tribal Chief, but for a match that transcended the boundaries of professional wrestling. Roman Reigns' blockbuster comeback and his epic clash with Kenny Omega had etched this night into the annals of WWE history, leaving fans eagerly anticipating what the future held for both superstars.